Okay, all of you have revised everything, whatever we have discussed. Yes, I want everyone on the screen first. Yes, okay, ठीक है. So the question firstly, Diksha. Diksha, tell me what is the method of reproduction which is followed in Spirogyra?
Fragmentation.
It is fragmentation. Very good. Okay, Pranav.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pranav, your question is give me one vegetative propagation by rhizome.
Stem tuber.
Sorry, and I'm asking vegetative propagation by rhizome. Give me one example for that.
Mm.
Remember the small flowchart I had given vegetative propagation by different methods?
May I,
Yes.
sir?
Let's try first. Okay, competition हो गया यहाँ पे तो. Yes, Pranav, you have the answer?
No, sir.
Okay, so Sneha, बोल.
Turmeric.
I want the scientific name. Turmeric is correct. और scientific name क्या है?
Curcuma long.
बोलो. Correct.
Curcuma longa और longo.
Longo कुछ नहीं है. It is Curcuma longa.
Longa.
Okay, very good. Anandita, next one. What kind of a propagation method takes place in Bryophyllum?
Vegetative propagation.
By which method?
Via leaves.
Yeah, so it is called as a leaf bud, yeah, leaf cutting. Okay, one more question for you. What are adventitious buds?
Which grow into new plants. Buds which grow into new plants.
Okay, they are buds that can arise on any vegetative part of a plant and which can give rise to an entire plant. Okay, fine. Aditya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Aditya, tell me, what is a zygote?
सर मैं पढ़ के नहीं आता मैं टाइम.
That's not the answer to my question. पढ़ के नहीं भी आया तो लेक्चर में तो था ना?
Yes, sir.
तो मेरा क्वेश्चन है व्हाट इज अ zygote? Yes?
सर याद नहीं आ रहा है.
याद नहीं आ रहा है, क्यों? ध्यान नहीं दिया था?
सर नहीं वो पढ़ना ही भूल गया और ना.
Who will answer this? What is the zygote? Yes, Pranav, बोल.
Zygote is a fertilized form of both the gametes, sperms and ovum.
A fertilized form. It is a fertilized cell.
Yes.
Okay, a zygote is a fertilized cell produced by the union of male and female gamete in sexual reproduction.
Diploid cell.
Yes, it is a diploid. Generally, we consider it to be diploid, but in very rare cases, it happens that the parental cells are not diploid; they are of a higher ploidy level. Okay, कभी अगर parental cells tetraploid रहेंगे, 4n. In that case, the gametes will be 2n, diploid. Okay, but that's anyways a rare case. Mostly diploid ही होते हैं and gametes are haploid. And you can also add कि zygote is the first cell of new life. Okay, fine. So I assume कि last time तक sexual reproduction का जो main concept दिखाया था, the process, you remember everyone properly? Any doubt till now? Yeah. So there is a male parent, a female parent, both produce the respective gametes in the sex organ. The male gamete is known as the sperm. The female gamete is known as the egg or the ovum. Okay, both are haploid, produced as a result of which cell division?
Meiosis.
Meiosis. Very good. Okay, and the most important plus point about sexual reproduction as compared to asexual reproduction, it is that there is one phenomenon that takes place during sexual reproduction, which is absent in asexual.
May I, sir?
Bolo, bolo.
Recombination.
May
Recombination. Any other answer? Same. Okay. So recombination, crossing over, exchange of genes. Okay. These are the important phenomena that takes place during sexual reproduction, during the gamete formation. And that's the reason the next generation produced is a combination of the best characters from two parents. And they are better adapted to the existing environment. And that's the reason sexual reproduction is very significant from evolution point of view. Okay, are you able to understand the broader picture here? Why nature has favored sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? Okay, okay. So sexual reproduction का general process समझने के बाद, we have started with the process in the case of higher plants. Okay, higher plants means we are talking about which group of plants here? Higher plants means we are talking about which group of plants? Yes, Diksha?
Angiosperms.
Angiosperms, yes, because they are the true flowering plants. So such the most complicated process we are able to understand over here. Okay. So here in the case of higher plants, observe and understand the story very carefully, everyone. Okay. ये हमने I think last time दिखाया था. The organ of sexual reproduction in case of a higher plant, it is known as the flower. So we define flower as a modified shoot specialized for carrying out sexual reproduction in higher plants. Okay, that's the flower. So whenever you say the word flower, the picture comes to your mind. Something which is bright, colorful, fragrant, big in size. Okay, ऐसे करके उसको flower बोलते हैं. तो plant ने flower बनाया है अपने reason के लिए. But we use the flowers for our own reason. We know that. In fact, it's a big industry, floriculture industry बोलते हैं उसको. ठीक है? So that is a flower. So again, there were two other terms that we came across. और दो terms हमने किया था, उसके बाद then we stopped last time. So which were the terms that we discussed? Yeah. You remember this?
peduncle and inflorescence.
Correct. Yes. Peduncle and the other one is inflorescence. Okay. Peduncle means the branches on which the flowers are arranged. In case of any plant, whether it is a herb, shrub or a tree, wherever the flowers come, the flowers do not come randomly in any part of a plant. There are specialized branches जिसमें वो flowers आते हैं. उन branches को बोलते हैं peduncle. Okay. And the other word is inflorescence. See, whatever is the peduncle, wherever the flowers are arising, on that, how the flowers are arranged. As you can see here, the older flowers are at the base and the younger ones are at the apex. तो इस तरह का जो arrangement होता है, इसको एक inflorescence बोलेंगे. There are different types of inflorescence. Racemose है, cymose है, compound है, complex inflorescence होते हैं. Okay, different types are there. All those types and all you don't have, but you should know what is an inflorescence. See how the flowers are arranged on the peduncle, and that is fixed for a particular species. So species to species change नहीं होते. ठीक है? Are you all getting it, everyone? Okay. So from here you have to understand what is a flower first. Okay. Understand it carefully. So when you are talking about a flower, Okay, you can just take a look at this diagram also simultaneously. Okay, so here you can see when you are talking about an ideal flower. Now we are not talking about any one particular flower. In general, about a flower. उसके अंदर variations आ सकते हैं from one species to another. Okay, so firstly, when you are talking about a flower, we consider what is this? ये जो है ये वाला, this one, that is called as the stalk. फ्लावर का जो डंडी होता है उसको स्टॉक बोलते हैं. So the stalk of the flower is known as pedicel. The word is pedicel. Pedicel. The word earlier was peduncle. This one is pedicel. Don't get confused. Peduncle मतलब the branch on which the flowers were arising. Pedicel means for each flower the stalk. Getting it? Okay. So the pedicel is known as the stalk of the flower. Now again, every flower does not have a stalk. There can be flowers which do not contain any stalk. Can you give an example? ऐसे भी flowers हो सकते हैं जिसमें stalk नहीं है. What are the different flowers that you come around in the market? कौन से फ्लावर्स नजर आते हैं?
रोज, मोगरा, जासमीन.
मार्केट में नॉर्मली कौन से फ्लावर्स नजर आते हैं? घर में कभी लाते होंगे, कभी यूज करते होंगे. Tell me some common names of flowers. अरे फ्लावर्स के नाम पूछ रहा हूँ मैं.
रोज.
वेरी गुड. सबसे पहले रोज
मोगरा.
है. मोगरा. ये इंडिया में मोगरा कितना फेमस है. गजरा बनाते हैं. करेक्ट. Floriculture industry में this kind of flower arrangement is a very big industry. At least in Bombay and Dombivli side, if you see स्टेशन के पास वाले को कितने सारे लेडीज बेचते हो अलग अलग फ्लावर के ऑर्नामेंट्स बनाते हैं. गजरा, वेणी, राइट. एंड इन फेस्टिवल्स के टाइम पे देखो कितना सारा डेकोरेशन किया जाता है फ्लावर्स से. देयर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड फ्लोरल रंगोली दैट इज प्रिपेयर्ड. अलग अलग फ्लावर्स के कलर्स एंड पार्ट्स यूज करते हैं. राइट. So there are most of the flowers that have their own stalk, but there are very few flowers which do not have their own stalk.
सर
Yeah,
कोरिएंडर के फ्लावर्स रहते या फिर तुलसी प्लांट के उनको नहीं रहता.
उनका भी एक्चुअली रहता है, but they are very very tiny. That's why it feels as if they don't have a stalk. Okay, उनका भी रहता है. They are stalk ones. I'll give you example. See, I'll write it here. जिसमें स्टॉक होता है पेडिसल वाले. Okay, stalked flowers are known as pedicellate. Flowers which have a stalk are known as pedicellate flowers. Example for that is the most common one. अपने मोगरा, rose, hibiscus, champa. All these are examples of stalk. They are pedicellate, most of them. But the ones which do not have a stalk, ऐसे flowers को बोलते हैं sessile flowers. The word is sessile. The most common example for a sessile flower is, all of you must be knowing about this, maybe you won't be able to imagine right now. The example is tuberose. You know tuberose? Commonly इसको क्या बोलते हैं tuberose को?
सर
White
आपकी
color
आवाज
का.
ब्रेक हो रही है.
हाँ. The example for this is tuberose flower. What is the tuberose flower commonly known as? And what is the color of these flowers?
ट्यूबरोज ही तो बोलते हैं वो व्हाइट कलर का छोटा
White
फ्लावर.
color का था. Yes, very good. Very fragrant one.
ट्यूब हाँ ट्यूबरोज ही बोलते हैं.
ठीक है.
और
उसका और एक कॉमन नेम है. फाइंड इट आउट, ठीक है। एंड इसका एक फोटो आ रहा है इन वन ऑफ द कमिंग स्लाइड्स, आई विल शो यू, ठीक है। So understood this point. The stalk of a flower is called pedicel. If the stalk is present, the flower is called pedicellate. If the stalk is absent, the flower is called succulent. ठीक है। Now observe carefully, ये जो stalk है, इसके टिप में ये जो पोर्शन दिख रहा है swollen वाला, all of you are able to see my cursor. Okay, ये जो swollen portion है, the tip of the stalk, उस swollen portion को बोलते हैं thalamus. The swollen portion is known as the thalamus, also known as the receptacle. दो अलग वर्ड है for the same structure. Okay, यहाँ पर डायग्राम में लेबलिंग में receptacle करके दिया है, the other word is thalamus. ये जो स्टॉक के ऊपर वाला swollen portion है, that thalamus is also known as the seat of a flower. मतलब इसके ऊपर जो स्ट्रक्चर है, that is the actual flower. Okay, though it is entirely a part of the flower, but इसके ऊपर पूरा flower बैठा हुआ है, that way we can say. इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं seat of the flower. So there can be a question कि the seat of the flower is the dash. तो दोनों वर्ड याद रखो, thalamus, receptacle, ठीक है। Now above the thalamus, now ये जो बाकी के पार्ट्स है फ्लावर के, ओके, अभी ये पेटल वगैरह सब वर्ड्स हम लोग ने सुने रहेंगे बार बार, ठीक है। तो ऑल दीज अदर पार्ट्स व्हिच आर देयर इन अ फ्लावर, इन सबको मिलाकर बोलते हैं फ्लोरल व्हर्ल. All the parts together are known as floral whorl. ठीक है. Whorl का मतलब यह है कि when you look at a flower from the top, तो ऐसा concentric circle जैसा दिखेगा, बाहर का एक लेयर, उसके अंदर एक लेयर, उसके अंदर एक लेयर, and that is why it is called as a whorl. Okay, so floral का मतलब है flower, that's the adjective for flower. Okay, so floral whorl. Now observe the classification. Floral whorls are of two types. The first type is called accessory whorl or non-essential whorl, also called non-reproductive whorl. In the beginning, we have said that the flower is the structure which is produced for carrying out sexual reproduction. Correct? But the entire flower does not take part in reproduction. It is an entire modified shoot, but पूरा का पूरा flower जो है वो reproduction में part नहीं लेते. There are some major parts of the flower which is actually involved in reproduction. The rest of them, they just help the flower in reproductive purpose. इसलिए जो floral whorls हैं, उसमें first part or the first type of the whorls are called accessory. What do you mean by the word accessory? Accessory word का general meaning क्या हुआ? Yes, girls should know better. They like to buy a lot of accessories.
Jewelry.
Huh?
Jewelry.
I didn't get you.
Jewelry.
Oh, jewelry. Yes. Accessory का मतलब है something that can be easily accessed. कि जो बाहर के साइड में, कान में कुछ पहन लिए, okay, झुमके वगैरह पहन लिए, so they are accessories. Okay, so in the flower also, when you look at all the whorls above the thalamus, some parts are there which are from the outer side, very easy to access. If you want to accessory whorl, you will see each one of them. Okay, one second. They are known as accessory whorls. Okay, now they are also called as non-essential whorls. Non-essential क्यों बोलते हैं? Because these are the whorls that actually don't take part in reproduction. So they are not the ones that produce the gametes and do the fertilization and all. Okay, the ones which produce the gametes or the sex organs are in some other whorls. इसलिए इनको non-essential, कि इनके बिना भी reproduction possible है. And that's why they are also called as non-reproductive whorls. Understood the reasons why these whorls are known as like this? Okay, and these are of three types. Okay, we'll come to that. Second type जो है, इनको बोलते हैं non-accessory या essential या reproductive. Now see the names of both the types. पहले वाले को एक्सेसरी, दूसरा नॉन एक्सेसरी. पहले वाला नॉन एसेंशियल, these are essential. This is non-reproductive, this is reproductive. Because the second type of whorls are the actual reproductive whorls. Okay, and they are of two types. Understanding how the flower structure is arranged properly. Okay, so we'll see the types now. The first type under accessory, इसको बोलते हैं calyx. Okay, ये जो flower के structure में देखो, can you see this green leaf-like structure? इस whorl को बोलते हैं calyx. The entire whorl is called calyx, and each part of the calyx is called sepal. दूसरा है ये petal वाला, the large one. Okay, and उसको बोलते हैं corolla. That is the second whorl. And there is one third one, but this is not present in every flower. Third one जो है उसको बोलते हैं perianth. So there are some flowers in which calyx and corolla are not present separately. Instead of that, दोनों मिलाकर एक ही whorl है. तब उसको बोलते हैं perianth. So wherever the perianth is there, you will never find calyx and corolla. Or if the calyx and corolla is there, you will never find perianth. So either it is calyx, corolla both, or it is only perianth. But जो भी रहेगा वो तीनों accessory whorls को ही belong करते हैं. Getting it? Okay, I'll show you more photographs so you'll understand better. यहाँ तक समझा? So outermost whorl of a flower is the calyx made up of sepals. Each part is called as a sepal. अभी each flower, every different species will have some fixed number of sepals. किसी में 5 sepals होंगे, किसी में 4 sepals होंगे, okay, किसी में 10 sepals होंगे. So it will depend from one flower to another. But for every species, it is fixed. अभी hibiscus, for example, it has got 5 sepals. तो जहां कहीं भी hibiscus देखने मिलेगा वहां पे 5 ही होगा. That won't change. ठीक है? So what is the function of the sepal? Sepals के दो functions. So what are they? First function you can tell based on the color.
To protect
Anandita, बोल.
the bird of flower when it is protect the flower when it is in the stage of bud.
Very good. Yes. The first function is to protect the flower when it is in a bud condition. Any plant when you see, जब उसमें flower आना होता है तो सबसे पहले bud आते हैं, कली जिसको बोलते हैं. And it is a closed structure. So calyx is the one that keeps it closed, protected. फिर वो धीरे धीरे खुलेगा. Okay, so that is the first function. Second function.
To perform the process of photosynthesis.
Yes, because it is green in color. This part of the flower is the green part, having chlorophyll pigment. So photosynthesis करेगा, and it will produce the food that can be used by the entire flower. Nutrition provide करेगा. So that way sepals have got these two functions. Okay, it protects the flower in bud condition, and secondly, it provides food by photosynthesis. Okay. Second one is the corolla. Okay, the entire whorl is called corolla. Each member is known as the petal. Now again, the number of petals, the shape of the petals, the arrangement of the petals, that will vary from one species to another. Okay, the color, the size, the fragrance, इन सब में अलग अलग होता है. फ्लावर में जो एक्चुअल फ्रेग्रेंस होता है, that is because of the petals. Okay, and the fragrance is because of which structure in the petals? पेटल्स में क्या होता है जिसकी वजह से फ्रेग्रेंस आता है?
Nectar.
नेक्टर पेटल्स में नहीं होते. And nectar doesn't give rise to the fragrance. Nectar is the sweet liquid to attract the insect. I'm asking about the fragrance. Imagine the fragrance of mogra. Fragrance किसके वजह से? It is because of essential oil, and they are produced in specialized glands which are present in the petals. Okay, तो इसलिए अभी for example रोज के petals imagine करो, उसका हम लोग तो खाने का डिश बनाते हैं गुलकंद. So we are not feeding on the nectar. Nectar is for the honeybees. मोस्टली, ठीक है। तो पेटल्स का फंक्शन क्या है? या ब्राइट, कलरफुल, फ्रेग्रेंट, अट्रैक्टिव,
To attract insects
ओनली
for
इंसेक्ट,
the process of pollination.
ओनली इंसेक्ट, पॉलिनेशन के सिर्फ इंसेक्ट होते हैं क्या? Yes, I want others also to answer. Simply you can say it can attract all the agents for pollination, biotic agents. So it can include insects, birds, other animals, even human beings. Okay, so petals का वही function. Most commonly it is the insect. ठीक है? And whenever the flower has got a perianth, बोलो,
Birds वगैरह तो fruit का attract होते हैं ना?
वो seed dispersal के लिए. That will come
हाँ,
after the sexual reproduction.
flower को थोड़ी होते हैं.
Flower को भी करते हैं. There is one more slide coming up on that. I will show you. Okay, flowers में भी आता है. Birds also do a lot of pollination. Okay, yeah. So wherever the flower does not have calyx, corolla, and they have only perianth, then each member of a perianth is known as sepal. Okay, so calyx में बोलते हैं sepal, corolla में बोलते हैं petal, and perianth has got sepals. ठीक है? Don't get confused. And exam में कोई चौथा अलग से अपना मत बना देना. ठीक है? Because I remember there was a student who had written temple in the answer. So no part of the flower is called as a temple. Is it clear? So it is sepal, petal, sepal. Got it now? Okay. एक ने तो पटेल भी लिख दिया था. Okay. There is no patel over here. Okay. Yeah. The students are very good scientists sometimes. Very innovative ones. Right? Okay. So जो अगर कभी tepals होगा, perianth होंगे, so the functions remain the same. They will do the functions of calyx, corolla both. Because उनमें calyx, corolla अलग से नहीं रहेगा. They will have only perianth. Understood the accessory worlds of a flower, everyone? Okay. I hope everybody else is also there with me in the topic. I want a yes from everyone. Everybody. I can see 9 participants along with me. I want 9 yes from here. Everyone, quick. Kunal, Komal, Gargi, Aditya.
Yes.
अच्छा है सब लोग? बीच बीच में कुछ बोलो ताकि पता चले कि सब लोग सर्वाइव कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? Okay. So second type now. First one was accessory world. Second one is non-accessory या essential या reproductive world. In the flower, you can see the second one. Now, when it is non-accessory, yeah, reproductive world, and we are talking about sexual reproduction, so obviously one part of the flower will be the male reproductive world. अच्छा, ये भी फोटोज आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, ये भी देख लो पहले. फिर टेपल्स के फोटोज देखो. This is the tuberose flower I was talking about. Okay, रजनीगंधा, that's the common name. Tuberose को रजनीगंधा भी बोलते हैं. You get it very commonly in the market. Okay, and the other one, ठीक है, अरे फोटोज भी आएगा. Reproductive worlds में androecium and gynoecium. Male, अभी now you know, remember the symbols, male and female का. Okay, ये जो शेंडी वाला है that is the male. Okay, and ये जो dance वाला pose है that is the female. ठीक है? So the male reproductive world of a flower is called androecium, and the female reproductive world of a flower is called gynoecium. Whenever you remember this way, whenever the prefix is andro, it is male. Whenever the prefix is gyno, it is female. ऐसे याद रखना. ठीक है? So androecium को बोलते हैं male reproductive world, gynoecium को बोलते हैं female reproductive world. ठीक है? Okay. So in the flower you see, ये दिख रहा है? इसको stamen करके लेबल किया है. Each member of an androecium is called stamen. कैसे याद रखना है? नाम में क्या है? Men. So male reproductive world. So please don't make stamen as a female. Okay. So stamen क्या है? Male reproductive world. So can you see these parts? Here is the शेंडी जैसे निकला, देखो डंडी. There is a small stalk and there are लोब्यूल्स ऑन द टॉप, जिसको एंथर्स बोलते हैं. So the filament and anther together is called stamen. तो ये पूरा जो wall होता है उसको बोलते हैं androsia. Every sexually reproducing plant has got this structure. Understood this? Okay. And the female reproductive wall, उसके जो parts होते हैं उसको बोलते हैं carpel और pistil. Please remember the spelling. Pistol मत लिख देना. It is carpel or pistil. Got it? Okay. So can you see the centermost portion over here? ये जो दिख रहा है ओव्यूल लिखा हुआ है, ओवरी, स्टाइल, स्टिग्मा, ये सब मिलाकर होता है कार्पेल. Okay. So gynecium is the female reproductive wall. Each member is called carpel or pistil. So what is the function of the stamen? Stamen का क्या function है? बोलो. What can be the function of the stamen now?
To produce sperms.
Yes, that is the male sex organ. So it has to produce the male gametes or the sperm. And what is the function of the carpel? Carpel का क्या function है?
To produce egg.
Yes, that's the female sex organ. So it will produce a female gamete. तो अभी वो कहाँ कैसे क्या प्रोड्यूस होता है, that is the next part of the story. यहाँ तक समझे अच्छी तरह से? Any doubt in the different parts of a flower, the structure, the location, the function? Okay, all this is very very important for you to understand the entire story. ठीक है? So we'll go ahead with the story. Next part. ये diagram भी बनाना पड़ेगा, but textbook में I think तुम लोग को दिया, you have to follow that. Okay, only for your understanding I am showing you all this. Okay, because for your exam point of view you have to follow whatever is given in the textbook. ठीक है? Okay. Fine. Now, as a revision now, quickly, I'll show a diagram, okay, and I want everybody to answer whatever part is highlighted there. Ready, everyone? Everybody remain unmute for a few minutes, and I want answers from everybody. Okay? Okay. One second. Okay. This is the flower I'm showing you. अब इसके पार्ट में हाईलाइट करूंगा, you have to answer. Okay, everyone? I want answers from everybody. बाकी सब भी है ना? खाना खाने के लिए चले जाए. Okay, first thing, बोलो.
Pedicel.
Pedicel.
Yes. The quickly you answer, the better it is. ठीक है? Everybody participate. That will be interesting. That's the pedicel or the stalk of the flower. Very good. Next.
Receptacle.
It
Receptacle.
is the receptacle, also called
Thalamus.
Thalamus.
thalamus. Yes.
Thalamus.
मैंने इंस्टॉलमेंट में बोला thalamus. Okay, next.
Petals.
Petals.
Petal individual part हो गया. That is also correct. What is the name of the entire
Corolla.
word?
Corolla.
It is the corolla. Very good. Yes. Next.
Anther.
The arrow is pointing towards the yellow colored structure. ये जो
Pollen
Stigma.
grains.
what did Pranav say?
Stigma.
No, that's not the stigma.
Pollen grains.
Pollen grains भी नहीं है वो. They are the structures that produce the pollen grains. क्या बोलते हैं इनको? They are anthers. वो anthers है और उसके छोटे छोटे filaments. So that means they are which part of the flower?
सर आपकी आवाज ब्रेक हो गई.
मैंने कहा कि वो जो येलो कलर्ड स्ट्रक्चर्स है वो एंथर्स है एंड दे आर हैविंग दिस टाइनी फिलामेंट्स. So each structure is known by which name?
Stamen.
stamen,
Yes, that's the stamen. So what is the name of the whorl of the flower then?
androecium,
It is
Ascium.
the androecium, the male reproductive whorl. Very good. Next. ये बताओ क्या है? Can you see the 5 button-like structures?
Stigma.
Yes, that's the stigma. Yes, Pranav को तो stigma ही पसंद है. Okay, so that's the stigma, which is a part of which part of the flower?
gynoecium,
That's the part of the carpel, which is a member of the gynoecium. Okay, and stigma के नीचे जो stalk जैसा दिख रहा है ये, उसको क्या बोलते हैं?
Style.
It is the style. क्या बात है? Okay, so stigma, style, and अंदर क्या होगा नीचे? That you can see this picture. It is the ovary containing the ovule. ठीक है? All the parts are clear properly. ये बताओ ये जो ऐसे लीफ जैसे पतले पतले दिख रहा है वो क्या है?
sepals,
Sepals. That is a part of the calyx. Okay, very good. So this part you have understood properly, everyone. Okay. Okay. Now see this example. ये क्या है? ये चारों में मेन पार्ट क्या देखने को मिल रहा है? Like you can see these dark maroon color, magenta colored. यहाँ पे ये येलो कलर का कुछ दिख रहा है. यहाँ भी देखो ब्राउनिश कलर का. And see these yellowish ones.
anther,
They are the anthers. हम लोग अभी directly will discuss more about the reproductive whorls of the flower. So first we will talk about the male reproductive whorl. Okay, androecium. Each member is called as a stamen, and as you know, it has got a stalk which is called filament, at the tip of which there is the anther present. So anther का क्या function है? Anther is the one that produces.
Male gametes.
No, not directly. They produce the pollen grains. तो ये डायग्राम में देखो. If this is one stamen, ये स्टॉक जो है उसको फिलामेंट बोलते हैं. That is nothing but a stalk. उसके टिप में the anthers are present. So if you take a section of the anther and see inside, under there are individual sac-like structures present, जिसको बोलते हैं pollen sac. And inside the sac there are pollen grains which are produced. So now we'll see कि what is a pollen grain and what does it contain. तो अभी के लिए इतना समझना है कि in the androecium, in the stamen, in the anther, there are pollen sacs that produce the pollen grains. And pollen grains are not the male gamete. Remember that. Pollen grains को male gamete नहीं बोलते. That is a wrong assumption which most people have generally. We'll see now why it is not a male gamete. यहाँ तक समझा अच्छी तरह से. Okay, anthers है जिसमें pollen grains produce हो रहे हैं. ठीक है? And pollen grains are generally, if you see with the naked eye, and there are many pollen grains produced, they appear like a powdery mass. But if you take that sample and observe under the microscope, you see pollen grains like this. Now the structure of pollen grains is again different for different species. In fact, that is a specialized branch under biology, where you study only the details about pollen grains. उसको बोलते हैं palynology. Study of pollen grains is a separate branch. You can take up that feature as a career. अगर pollen grains इतना पसंद है तो you can become a palynologist, and it has got a lot of applications. तो जहाँ पे सिर्फ pollen grains का study किया जाता है. And this is how it looks under the microscope. Very beautiful structure. ठीक है? तो यहाँ तक समझा अच्छी तरह से. What is the structure of pollen grain? What is there inside that? We'll see one by one. ठीक है? So the question can be, where are the pollen grains produced? So you should write, they are produced inside the pollen sacs of the anther. ठीक है? So structure of the anther is also different in different species, as you can see in these 4 pictures. Which are example दिखा like that. If you imagine many different flowers, सबके anthers अलग-अलग होते हैं. ठीक है? Okay. Now here observe. Now we'll talk about the female reproductive whorl. ठीक है? So here in the female reproductive whorl, ये वाला diagram ध्यान से देखो. The rest of the parts you have understood. Just focus on this part. There is a bulbous swollen portion in the center. उसको बोलते हैं ovary, containing the ovule inside it. and the stalk is called the style, and the tip is known as the stigma. What is the role of the stigma? ये देखो, this is the gynoecium. Okay, ये जो swollen portion दिख रहा है, that is the ovary. Inside the ovary there are ovules present, and ये जो stalk है, that is the style. Okay, and the tip is called stigma. जैसे वो दूसरा फ्लावर में दिखाया था velvety structure, that was the stigma. So what is the function of the stigma? Stigma का क्या function है?
To stick pollen grains on its surface.
तो stick मतलब to receive. Stigma is the surface on which the pollen grains land during pollination. Okay, तो pollination के टाइम पे pollen grains stigma पे एक्टिव होते हैं, उसके बाद ही proper fertilization हो पाता है. ठीक है, तो say this is the stigma at the top. So stigma is connected through the style to the ovary and the ovule. ठीक है, ये देखो different beautiful stigma. All of you know that हम लोग खाने पीने में यूज करते हैं केसर. करेक्ट, केसर कहाँ से मिलते हैं? द एक्चुअल केसर, नॉट द एडल्टरेटेड वन. मार्केट में तो बहुत अलग अलग मिल जाते हैं. केसर देखा रहेगा, पतले पतले ऐसे थिन स्ट्रैंड्स होते हैं. दे आर नथिंग बट द स्टाइल एंड द स्टिग्मा ऑफ दैट फ्लावर, दैट केसर व्हिच यू कंज्यूम. उसमें वो पिगमेंट होते हैं. केसर का अलग से प्लांट है, क्रोकस सटाइवस करके प्लांट होता है, कश्मीर में सबसे ज्यादा ग्रो किया जाता है. So the farmer who is cultivating kesar plant, he has to harvest only the style and the stigma portion, because that is the kesar which has to be sold in the market, and that is why it is very very costly, because एक एक flower में से ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा ना. Okay, so that is style and stigma which you consume. उसमें इतने सारे pigments होते हैं, qualities होते हैं, and we use it in our sweet dishes. Okay, so next time कभी केसर वगैरह खाओ तो remember what you are going to revise. This is the gynoecium, the style and the stigma. Okay, प्रणव बोलेगा एकदम खुशी से, yes, this is the stigma identified. ठीक है, understood this style and stigma properly? Okay, so let us focus more now. अभी you have understood the anthers are the structures where the pollen grains are produced. Stigma is the place where the pollen grains have to land. ठीक है, तो उसके बाद का स्टोरी बाद में देखते हैं. पहले हमें ये देखना है कि व्हाट इज पॉलिनेशन एंड हाउ डज इट टेक प्लेस. नाउ बिकॉज इट इज सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, सो द मेल स्ट्रक्चर शुड रीच द फीमेल. आई थिंक देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन आई टोल्ड आस्क लास्ट टाइम, व्हाट इज द क्राइटेरिया फॉर मेलनेस एंड फीमेलनेस, ऐसा कुछ पूछा था ना मैंने. तो हैव यू गॉट एनी आंसर? बोलो. On what basis do we say कि particular organism is a male and particular structure is a female? अभी फ्लावर में भी देखो, फ्लावर के स्ट्रक्चर में फिलामेंट एंथर दिख रहा है, उसको हमने मेल बोला है. फ्लावर हैज नॉट टोल्ड अस कि मैं मेल हूं करके. And ovary with the ovule style stigma we have designated it as a female. Why it is not the reverse? There is some criteria we follow, no? मेल एंड फीमेल को डेजिग्नेट करने के लिए.
So fruits are produced in the ovary of the flowers, and ovaries only produce the eggs, so they are known as the female reproductive part.
तो उसको एग करके जो नाम है that also we have given, no? One point what you said is correct. See, the ovary is the one that produces the fruit.
That's the reason we call it as female gametes.
Okay, that can be called as one of the reason. What is the other reason? ये एक reason है कि चलो ovary is the one that produces the fruit, or you can say कि the flower becomes pregnant when it turns into a fruit. Correct? Because the fruit is the one that contains the seeds and which produces the next baby plant. But how do we know? ये तो fertilization के बाद पता चला. But how do we designate कि ये male है and वो female है? एक और क्राइटेरिया।
Just
Sir,
like
what's the
ओके, स्नेहा बोल पहले।
Men have XY sex chromosomes and women have XX sex chromosomes.
दैट इज इन द केस ऑफ ओनली ह्यूमन बीइंग।
Human ना
ये ह्यूमन बीइंग। प्रणव क्या बोल रहा था?
Sir, what's the biological definition of male and female?
Yeah, that is what I was asking. That's an exact question you asked. Okay, I'll tell. See, first thing, whenever in biology, any organism which is sexually reproducing, हम लोग male and female कैसे designate करते हैं? Like यहाँ पे flower के बारे में देख रहे हैं, but we are talking about sexual reproduction in other animals, even higher animals, higher plants also. है ना? अभी अगर हम लोग suppose plants में gymnosperms के बारे में बोलते हैं, तो वहाँ flower
sir,
नहीं बनते हैं।
in case of humans, जो XY और XX chromosome रहते हैं, उससे
Yeah.
find out
That
करते
is another genetic mechanism of sex determination. वो अलग है.
हैं।
Okay, but I'm talking in general for all the sexually reproducing organisms. Algae से लेकर angiosperms तक और protozoan से लेकर mammalia तक, including even fungi. सब में हम लोग किस हिसाब से डिसाइड करते हैं? In general, if I'm asking you. So biologically, जैसे प्रणव ने क्वेश्चन पूछा, that was the perfect one, कि what is the definition for male and female? So there are two main points कि मेल एंड फीमेल को हम लोग कैसे डेजिग्नेट करते हैं. फर्स्ट मेन पॉइंट इज मेल गैमेट्स आर ऑलवेज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन लार्ज नंबर एज कंपेयर्ड टू द फीमेल गैमेट्स इन एवरी स्पीशीज. जो स्पर्म्स होते हैं दे आर ऑलवेज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन वेरी लार्ज नंबर, बट कंपेयर्ड टू द स्पर्म्स in sexually reproducing organisms, the number of female gametes, that is the ovum, is very very less. What is the reason for this? अब यहाँ पर फ्लावर के केस में अगर बोलते हैं ओव्यूल इज द स्ट्रक्चर विच कंटेन्स द फीमेल गैमेट, जिसको एग सेल बोलते हैं. तो एवरी ओव्यूल कंटेन्स ओनली वन एग सेल, बट एंथरस के अंदर थाउजेंड्स ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड.
Sir, for the sperms to reach the egg, they need to be in large amount.
Exactly. Competition. So that means it is always the male gametes which have the competition to reach the female. किसी भी स्पीशीज में ऐसा नहीं होता है कि फीमेल गैमेट्स आर competing to reach the male. Competition is always among the males for the female, even in the gametes. And this is the second criteria, that it is always the male gametes that will reach the female gamete. Female gametes are immobile, they never move from their place. Male gametes are the ones which are mobile structures. So two criteria for maleness and femaleness is, first thing, male gametes are produced in large numbers and they are the ones which travel towards the female gamete. And the second point which you said, वो भी बोल सकते हैं कि the female gamete is the one that gets fertilized and produces the next generation. कि जो young one होते हैं वो हमेशा फीमेल के बॉडी में ही बनते हैं. In the case of plants also, if you see, suppose the flower is unisexual, कि either it is having only androecium or only gynoecium, ऐसे भी फ्लावर्स होते हैं. तो सिर्फ जो gynoecium वाले फ्लावर होंगे जिसको हम लोग फीमेल फ्लावर्स बोलते हैं, that is the one which will produce the fruit and the seed. Male flowers will not produce that. So that's how you define the male and female. So हम लोग ने जब flower को देखा, suppose you come across a new species, a new flower, and you are trying to understand which parts are there. So on what basis do we say कि हाँ ये male है, ये androecium है, ये stamens है? Because that is the one which is large in number and they are producing large number of pollen grains. And how do we say कि ये ovary है, ovule है? Because they are less in number and they are inside. Now you understood this. And flower के structure में भी अगर हम ध्यान से देखते हैं, androecium जो stamens हैं, they are present on the outer side. Gynoecium is present on the inner side. So it is the females which are the most protected. ये भी nature का rule है. Males बाहर है, let's go. So that is also biological rule. It is across every species. Getting it? ठीक है? So understood how you define male and female? ठीक है? So coming back to this pollination. So now you know and anthers are the structures that produce the pollen grains, and the pollen grains, as I said, they are not the male gametes, but they contain the male gametes. उसका structure देखेंगे, you will understand better. They contain the male gametes. So pollen grains carrying the male gametes all the way to the female. Okay. So अभी एक फ्लावर है, बाजू में दूसरा फ्लावर है. It may be nearby or it may be far away. पोलन ग्रेन्स को दूर जाना है दूसरे फ्लावर के पास, बट दूसरा फ्लावर पे भी जाएगा तो इट हैज टू बी ऑफ द सेम स्पीशीज. दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रूल इन इवोल्यूशन. पोलन ग्रेन्स ऑफ मैंगो फ्लावर कैन नॉट गो एंड पॉलिनेट जामुन फ्लावर. रैंडम ऐसे हाइब्रिडाइजेशन अलाउड ही नहीं है नेचर में. तो फ्लावर्स में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है, चैलेंज क्या हो जाते हैं कि एंथर्स में से पोलन ग्रेन्स निकले, दे हैव टू रीच द स्टिग्मा. Okay, either it can be from the same flower or it can be another flower. If it is another flower, it can be on the same plant or another plant. एक ही प्लांट में भी ऊपर नीचे 2-3 फ्लावर्स हो सकते हैं. तो ऊपर वाले फ्लावर में से एंथर्स में से पोलन ग्रेन निकले, नीचे वाले फ्लावर से स्टिग्मा पे गिरा, पॉसिबल. ओके, या बगल बगल में 2-3 प्लांट्स होंगे तो इसके एंथर्स में से पोलन ग्रेन निकले, बाजू वाले के स्टिग्मा पे जाके गिरे, पॉसिबल. नेचर में एनीथिंग इज पॉसिबल, बट एक्चुअल पॉलिनेशन किसको बोलेंगे? व्हेन इट इज ऑन द स्टिग्मा ऑफ द सेम और अनदर फ्लावर ऑफ द सेम स्पीशीज. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, दैट इज pollination. This is the definition for pollination. Understood what is pollination, everyone? Okay, now when it is about pollination, there are various agents which are required. नेचर, अभी प्लांट्स जो है, फ्लावर्स जो है, वो दूसरे पे डिपेंड करते हैं कि भाई मेरा पोलन ग्रेन ले जाओ और किसी फीमेल के पास पहुंचा दो. तो द वंस व्हिच डू दिस वर्क, ओके, उसको बोलते हैं एजेंट. So various agents में there can be 2 types: abiotic agents and biotic agents. Abiotic का मतलब है non living agent. Pollen grains can get carried even by wind. Correct? So when wind does the pollination, उसको बोलते हैं anemophily. When pollination takes place by wind, उसको बोलते हैं anemophily. That means the flowers are present in such a way that they will just release the pollen grains in the air, and the air will just take it. मतलब it's not like an active work that is done. Wind को भी नहीं पता है कि क्या कर रहा है. It is just flowing with the wind. So now this here you can understand why so many pollen grains are produced. Because when it is going by wind, it's not necessary that all the pollen grains will reach the stigma. विंड मतलब कुछ कह नहीं सकते, कहीं पास में ही गिर जाएगा या तो कहीं दूर भी जा सकते. तो पोलन ग्रेन, लॉट ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन्स आर सैक्रिफाइस्ड. करेक्ट? आउट ऑफ थाउजेंड्स एंड ऑल, 1 or 2 माइट रीच द करेक्ट स्टिग्मा, या सबका रॉन्ग नंबर भी लग सकता है कहीं बार. ओके, एनीथिंग इज पॉसिबल. So pollination taking place by wind is called anemophily. Okay, second one, pollination can also take place by water in the case of aquatic plants. Which flower is this?
Lotus.
Lotus. That is the national flower of India. Okay, Nilambo nutifera. Lotus. तो water से जब pollination होता है तो उसको बोलते हैं हाइड्रोफिली. हाइड्रो मतलब water. There is another plant like this, उसको बोलते हैं Vallisneria, also called as a ribbonweed. Okay, उसमें मेल फ्लावर्स अलग होते हैं, फीमेल फ्लावर्स अलग होते हैं, एंड द प्लांट्स ग्रो अंडर द वाटर. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि द मेल फ्लावर्स विल कम अप टू द टॉप ऑफ द वाटर एंड पोलन ग्रेन को पानी में छोड़ेंगे. दे विल कीप फ्लोटिंग इन द वाटर. Wherever there is a nearby female flower, that will come at the surface of the water, take the pollen grain. So water becomes an agent for getting the 2 flowers married. Getting it? Okay, so pollination taking place by water is called hydrophily. Can I give example of any other aquatic plant? ये लोटस मैंने दिखाया, दूसरा एग्जांपल बताओ.
Water hyacinth.
Water hyacinth, very good. Acornia crassicus. और There are so many aquatic plants. लोटस हो गया, वाटर हाइसिंथ हो गया, वेलिस्नेरिया मैंने बता दिया, और बताओ। लोटस जैसा दिखने वाला एक और फ्लावर है, मोस्टली व्हाइट इन कलर, बिग वन. What is it called?
Lily.
Water lily. Very good. It is called water lily, nymphia. ठीक है? That also takes place by water. So ऐसे बहुत सारे aquatic plants होते हैं. Understood these two agents? So water and wind, these are the two abiotic agents of pollination. बाकी के जो types आ रहे हैं, they are the biotic agents. ठीक है? Pollination taking place by insects. तो उसको बोलते हैं entomophily. Insect pollination is called entomophily because study of insects is called entomology. Okay, if you like insects very much, you can become an entomologist. Okay, real life. There are specialists in that. Insects are a very huge group. Animal classification में देखेंगे arthropoda, the largest group of animal kingdom, insects. And which is the most common insects that carry out pollination? Insects में सबसे ज़्यादा pollination कौन करते हैं?
Honeybees.
Honeybees and even butterflies. Honeybees, butterflies are the most common pollinating agents. Honeybees are very, very useful creatures. मैंने ऐसा सुना है कि अगर suppose किसी reason से honeybees extinct हो गए, no more honeybees are left, it will be a matter of another 1 month or something latest, after which even human beings will become extinct. Honeybees are so significant for us because अपने maximum agricultural crops जो है, they are pollinated only by honeybees. ऐसा एक experiment किया गया था कि 2 sunflower fields, okay, having almost equal number of sunflowers growing, एक जगह पर sunflower field के बाजू में honey bee का comb लगा दिया, honey bee hive, and on the other sunflower field there was no honey bee, कोई bee hive नहीं था. It was observed that जहाँ पर bee hive था, वहाँ पर जितने sunflowers थे, उसमें से जितने sunflowers grow हुए and उनके seeds मिले, उसमें से oil extract किया, the output was almost 50 times more than the other one where honeybees are absent. Because honeybees जब pollination करते हैं, they are the ones that bring about fertilization, and they are the ones that help the plant to produce the seed. That is why honeybees are very, very important creatures. So plants या flowers जो insects पे depend करते हैं pollination के लिए, उनका flowers का structure भी वैसे ही designed होता है. These flowers will be, as you can see, bright ones. इसे colorful और bright क्यों बनाया? Because plants को पता है कि I want to attract, and the insects don't know that it is going and doing the pollination for the plant. Insects क्यों जा रहे हैं flowers के पास? वो सुबह ये सोच के नहीं निकलते ना कि चलो मैं समाज सेवा कर देता हूँ, इस प्लांट का pollination कर देता हूँ करके. What is the aim? Why the insect? Why the honeybee is going to the flower? Why do the honeybees go to the flower?
To consume nectar.
Yes, because the flower is attracting it. अगर flower चाहता है कि वो insect आकर मेरा pollination करे, तो flower has to reward it with something. So it produces the nectar, and जो nectar होता है वो बनता है stigma. That is released in the stigma. तो honeybees जाते हैं, honeybee का जो mouth parts रहता है pointed type, वो stigma को pierce करके nectar निकालते हैं. And when it is doing that, it is sitting on the flower. As you can see, उसके legs वगैरह देखो flower के ऊपर बैठे. तो answers अपने pollen grain चिपका देते हैं. You feed on the nectar, I will do my job. तो जितनी देर यहाँ पे बैठा रहेगा, maximum pollen grain will stick. तो यहाँ पे adaptation भी देखो flower का ऐसा है, the pollen grains will be sticky. They will be spiny. तो उसके body पे चिपकेगा. Okay. And जब ये honey यहाँ से निकला, एक flower में से उसको hardly कुछ nectar मिलता है. So it will get up from here, it will go to another flower. वहां फिर जाके बैठेगा, तो वहां का स्टिग्मा इसके पैर पे चिपके हुए पोलन ग्रेन अपने आप के लिए उठा लेंगे. यू फीड ऑन इट, आई विल डू माई जॉब. इसको बोलते हैं इकोलॉजिकल सर्विस. ओके, एक हाथ से दो, एक हाथ से लो. तो हनी बीज के पास क्या मैकेनिज्म है कि व्हेन इट इज फीडिंग ऑन द नेक्टर, इट हैज गॉट अ स्मॉल पाउच नियर इट्स एब्डोमेन, जिसको बोलते हैं हनी पाउच. एक टाइम पे millions of flowers visit करके then it comes back to the beehive. So whatever little amount of nectar it is able to collect from each flower, it will take it and put it in the honey pouch. जब वो पाउच भर जाएगा then it will come back to the beehive. beehive में लौटने के बाद it will vomit out that nectar. So that nectar which is vomited out contains that nectar along with few pollen grains and the saliva of the honeybee. That is the actual honey. तो हम लोग जो हनी कंज्यूम करते हैं, इट इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ दीज थ्री थिंग्स, द नेक्टर, okay, plus few pollen grains and the saliva of the honey. But imagine how good it is for us and how what kind of medicinal properties it has. And that is the reason I said कि pollen grains का स्टडी एक अलग सब्जेक्ट है. You can become a palynologist. And उनका सबसे ज्यादा रोल आता है हनी इंडस्ट्री में. Melitopalinology बोलते हैं. You take a sample of a honey bee, honey, and you observe under the microscope, you will see pollen grains. तो pollen grains को देखकर पहचानो कि ये हनी कौन से फ्लावर में से बना हुआ. So that kind of application is possible. And you will be surprised to know कि palynology का सबसे interesting application है forensic science में. मर्डर केसेस तक सॉल्व कर चुके हैं pollen grains के बेसिस पे. कि डेड बॉडी कहीं पर मिला गया, उसके बॉडी पे कितने सारे पोलन ग्रेन वगैरह लगे हुए, जंगल में कहीं डाल देते हैं ना बॉडी, तो उसके बॉडी पे पोलन ग्रेन मिला है. तो देयर हैव बीन केसेस वेयर इट हैज बीन प्रूव्ड कि बॉडी जहां पर मिला वहां पे उसके जो पोलन ग्रेन मिले, वो प्लांट्स वहां कहीं नहीं मिलते, वो प्लांट्स कहीं और मिलते हैं. तो बेस्ड ऑन पोलन ग्रेन इट वाज फाउंड आउट कि वेयर द मर्डर हैज टेकन प्लेस. ऐसे केसेस सॉल्व हो चुके हैं. तो इतने एप्लीकेशंस हैं कि यू कैन टेक अप एनी सच करियर इन द फ्यूचर. यू विल एंजॉय लाइक एनीथिंग. So pollen grains are very, very important structures. Plants में सोचो, they have done it for their own reproduction and we are doing it for so many different things. ठीक है? Even butterflies are also involved in pollination. Then there can be insects like wasps, WASP, wasp को बोलते हैं. They are also involved in pollination. ठीक है? Okay. Are you aware about the flower called Rafflesia?
Yes.
What is
Largest
that?
flower.
Correct. Rafflesia is the one that has got the largest flower. उसका स्पेशलिटी, उसका पॉलिनेशन किसके थ्रू होता है? Rafflesia. Rafflesia एक ऐसा फ्लावर है, नॉर्मली व्हेन यू से फ्लावर, मोगरा, हिबिस्कस, रोज वगैरह बोलते हैं, तो यू इमेजिन कि उसमें अच्छा फ्रेग्रेंस है. वो अच्छा फ्रेग्रेंस क्यों है? बिकॉज हनी बीज एंड बटरफ्लाइज को अट्रैक्ट करना है. रफलेशिया ने कंपटीशन से हट के कुछ किया. रफलेशिया फ्लावर व्हेन इट ओपन इट स्टिंक्स लाइक गार्बेज डंप. दैट इज द स्पेशलिटी ऑफ रफलेशिया. कि उसमें अच्छा खुशबू नहीं है, उसने अपने आप को बदबूदार बना दिया. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच व्हाट हैपेंस इज इट अट्रैक्ट्स डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फ्लाइज दैट सिट ऑन द गार्बेज डंप. ऐसे इंसेक्ट आकर उसका पॉलिनेशन कर जाते हैं. नो कॉम्पिटिशन. बाकी सब लोग हनी बीज एंड व्हाट हैपेंड. ओके, सो बाकी सब लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? हनी बीज एंड बटरफ्लाइज के पीछे जा रहे हैं. मैंने बोला कि चलो आई विल टेक अप फ्लाई. दैट इज आल्सो पॉसिबल. वो भी इंसेक्ट. ठीक है. तो इंसेक्ट पॉलिनेशन इज अ वेरी वास्ट फील्ड. देन देयर कैन बी पॉलिनेशन विद द हेल्प ऑफ बर्ड. उसको बोलते हैं ऑर्निथोफिली. because study of birds is called ornithology. Okay, Dr. Salim Ali, a very famous ornithologist from India. उनके नाम पे एक बर्ड सेंचुरी है गोवा में, डॉक्टर सलीम अली बर्ड सेंचुरी. ओके, तो ऑर्निथोफिली इज द पॉलिनेशन विद द हेल्प ऑफ बर्ड. तो इसमें जो पॉलिनेशन होते हैं, बर्ड्स आल्सो गेट अट्रैक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ द कलर एंड द फ्रेग्रेंस. ओके, so in this kind of flowers what happens is the flowers are like a tube. बिकॉज बर्ड्स के बीक्स अंदर जाने चाहिए, ऐसे फ्लावर्स का पॉलिनेशन करते हैं. इन द केस ऑफ इंसेक्ट्स यू सी फ्लावर्स आर मोस्टली ओपन बिकॉज इंसेक्ट उसके सरफेस पे बैठ सकते हैं ना. ओके, तो फ्लावर्स भी उसी तरह से अडेप्टेड है पॉलिनेशन किससे करवाना है उसके हिसाब से. ओके, एंड व्हेन इट इज अ बर्ड, उसका बीक्स होता है, वो हवा में उड़ते उड़ते अपने बीक अंदर डालेगा, तो इट हैज टू बी अ पॉइंटेड ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर. दैट इज द अडेप्टेशन. Which is an example of the bird that does the maximum pollination? Are you aware about the smallest bird in the world? Hummingbird. Smallest bird in the world is hummingbird. Okay, तो इतना छोटा है, and that is the only bird which can fly backwards. अपने wings ऐसे उड़ाते थे उल्टा उड़ सकते हैं. And why it is called as a hummingbird? Because it produces that humming sound, but it does not produce it from its mouth. उसका जो हमिंग साउंड है वो उसके विंग्स के उड़ाने की वजह से. इट कैन फ्लैप इट्स विंग्स अबाउट 100 टाइम्स इन अ सेकेंड. इसके वजह से वो ऐसा हमिंग साउंड आती है. जैसे आपको सोते वक्त मच्छर अपने कान के आके हमिंग साउंड बजाते ना, दैट इज. So that is the bird that does maximum pollination. Okay, so Anandita, your question is answered.
Yes, sir.
Next, pollination can also be carried out by bats, and bats are not birds. They are mammals. They are only flying mammals. Okay, so bats जब pollination करते हैं, you call it as, how will you pronounce that word? Pronounce that word. Let's see. It is called chiropterophily. When bats do the pollination, it is called chiropterophily. Okay, so the very few species are there in which bats do the pollination. And इसमें adaptation कैसा है? Bats are nocturnal creatures, you know. So they are active during the night, and they have the habit of hanging upside down from the tree branches. Okay, so ये जिन trees में बैठते हैं ना, उसके flowers bright white color के होते हैं mostly, and they open or they bloom only during the night. और रात के टाइम पे जब वे फ्लावर्स पे जाते हैं, उसको ऐसे पकड़ते हैं, तो पोलन ग्रेस उसके बॉडी पे चिपक जाती है. And when they go from one to the other, the pollination takes place. White color के globose flowers होते हैं mostly. Okay, but they bloom at night. तो फ्लावर्स भी इसके साथ साथ अडेप्ट कर लेते हैं. ठीक है, एडनसोनिया डिजिटाटा करके एक प्लांट है, उसका पॉलिनेशन करते हैं. ओके, बॉटल ट्री बोलते हैं.
सर रात रानी भी रात को ही होता है, बहुत अच्छी खुशबू आती है.
बट लेकिन उसका बैट्स नहीं करते पॉलिनेशन.
फिर कौन करता है?
कुछ इंसेक्ट्स होते हैं जो रात को एक्टिव रहते हैं. ओके, बिकॉज बैट्स जहाँ पे करते हैं ना, वो ट्री स्पीशीज रहते हैं. दे लिव ऑन द ट्रीज, नो. तो हर्ब्स एंड श्रब्स का नहीं करेंगे वो. एंड रात रानी का भी बहुत अच्छे फ्लावर्स होते हैं. यू आर अवेयर अबाउट दिस वन? ये बच्चों मोबाइल देख. यार ये नाटक. हो गया. 2 मिनट बचा तक खत्म करना था मुझे. हाँ नाटक है यार. एक मिनट के लिए जाता, पूरा लेक्चर से डिस्टर्बेंस हो जाता है.